I'm cute. I just got my hair done and I'm looking cute. I'm looking cute. Period. Honey, this hair is heavy, but it's for a photo shoot, and I think I'm gonna do some headshots for my own business for this photo shoot. Girl, I done got my facial. Tomorrow I'm getting a Brazilian wax. I'm scared. I'm scared. And I'm also getting my nails done tomorrow. So I'm doing like a little makeover thing, and this hair is really heavy, so I don't know how long I'm gonna have this hair in, because I really don't like things feeling like it's like getting in the way, and this hair is really heavy. You know, it's so cute, but it's just heavy on my head, and I don't like heavy hair. But yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking about how you view God is a reflection of yourself. I be having so many downloads, and it's wild, some of the things that I actually think of, and I am going to smoke a little bit. I am off mommy duty right now, so I'm gonna hit me a little one too, okay guys? So let's get into it. As we know, and as I know, I have realized that people make up things all the time. Literally, people make up things, and because the world is so big, and the mindset and the mentality of people during this season and time, I don't listen to people, because people will literally mess up your entire life. And if you watch my video about my religious trauma, hi Nike, okay, if you watch my video about my religious trauma, you would see that I'm tired of people. I was tired of people getting in the way of my relationship with God. How are you going to tell me about something you've never seen before? How are you going to tell me? And it's not even that you haven't seen it before, but it's just like, you don't get to tell me how I get to go about my relationship with God. I understand your perspective. I understand, common sense, right from wrong. But you can't, I don't go around as a yogi. I don't go around telling people you're wrong for being Christian, you're wrong for believing in Allah, you're wrong for whatever you do, unless it's something crazy, like, eating babies or something. That's crazy. Unless it's something that is completely but we do believe in Baby. What is Baby? See, there's so many different belief systems, and I'm not against it at all. But I ask people for that same respect, and this leads me back to the title of my video. I'm sorry, y'all. This, what the heck is happening? How did I have this before? And why is it not here? Why is my stuff... Okay, that leads me back to the title of this video. How you see God is going to be a reflection of how you see yourself. In other words, there's this guy who believed that, he literally actually believed that God sees people in him as like dirty rats, you know, just below him. And there's a lot of people that believe that that's how God sees us and sees human beings. And there are also people who think, there's a lot of people who think that God is like a guy with a mallet in the sky, like judging us, and is a cruel, jealous God, you know, but also loving at the same time. Listen, to each his own, but it's very odd to me to think about how people view God in those type of ways, because I don't feel that at all. Like, when I meditate and when I go within, like, and even how I feel about myself, like, I don't feel that way about God, like, at all. I get nothing of God is like someone that looks at us as disgusting, or someone who is going to send me to hell for stupid stuff. And I think people have yet to realize that, like, in my perspective, I am God. But we are all the same, like, as in God is outside of me, God is within me, and God is me and is not me, all simultaneously at the same time. And the reason that I say that is because I think that we're all experiencing the same thing, just with different awarenesses and different experiences. And whatever that God, energy, source, Allah, whatever, however you want to say it is, it has branched out into many different different places and people and experiences, all at one time. Like, for example, if I'm looking at somebody across the street, I am aware of them, like I am experiencing seeing them from across the street. There's the person that is looking at that same person is experiencing that same person closer. That person is experiencing that present moment as that person. So it's really eerie to think about. But I don't think I'm the type of person that can put God in such a box. And I don't understand how people do it, because if we're talking about the God that is in all creation, created everything, all the polarities, the God that created the ocean, everything. Technically, if God created that, then God literally is within every single atom and cellular being and fiber of that thing. So technically, in a way, God is literally all around us. And I don't know how people don't see it, because they think that God is this guy like outside of them and completely not them or within them. And I just want people to see that, like, human beings have are gods in a way too. I mean, just look around us. Like, everything that is here, 9 times out of 10, a human being manifested it, you know. So in whether that's a physical way, a spiritual way, Even religion. God didn't create religion, man created religion. So either man created religion, or man is God and God created religion, or God created religion through man. But either fucking way it go, it's all the same thing. And when you try to break this down to religious people, like, they'll act like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. No, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think a lot of us, I think we just have to be okay and understanding of the fact that nobody really actually knows how the fuck we got here. As in, like, we are all God with amnesia in a sense, but our awareness is like, our awareness of the present moment and of things is eternal, because when you think about it, you are experiencing this life through your five senses. But what is this being within me that is experiencing all of this? For example, just close your eyes and just observe yourself and observe your thoughts. There is something that you are inside of yourself. You're not just your physical five fingers, and you're not just your mind. It is something within you that is observing both of those simultaneously. So it's like your awareness is observing this experience. I know it's really eerie to think about, but your awareness is observing this experience. So you are the observer. And like, is this making sense, guys? For example, my dad passed away in 2020. 2020 or 2021, one of the two. I think it was 2021. And I recently, probably a year ago, had a dream of him, and he was showing me where he was, and I didn't see him physically, but I knew that it was him, meaning I was immersed. I was immersed in his awareness, guys. In this dream, I was immersed in his awareness. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't him physically, but I knew that it was him. And I knew that it was him relaying this message to me through showing me and through a voice. But it was like he wasn't his physical body. He was awareness. He was just all present, all around everything in the sky. And it's hard for us to grasp that concept. But if you think about it, if you really want to ask yourself what happens when you pass away, well, I know that my body is going to go back to the earth. I know that my mind, I don't know what's going to happen to my mind, but my mind, part of my mind, because part of my brain is going to go back to earth. But whatever that is within me that is observing, which is the me, it has no name, no age. We don't even know what we even are, but we know what we are at the same time. So I'm Gracie. That's what it says on my identification card. However, once I pass away, am I still Gracie? Yes, I am still Gracie, but simultaneously, I'm not. I'm really an awareness, a consciousness of no age, shape, or form. Here's another concept. What is this? What is it? And people will say, it's water. Yeah, it's water. I know it's water. But what is the water? If water is something that you need to drink to stay alive. Okay, I know that, but what is the water? Water is H2O, hydrogen, oxygen molecules. Okay, and what are hydrogen, oxygen molecules? What are those? They are molecules. And what are the molecules? And that's why it's science. I never understood when they used to say stuff like atoms. Okay, an atom, you're telling me an atom, but what is the atom? An atom is an atom. And then they'll explain to me what an atom is, but they won't even go into, they'll tell me what it is simultaneously while not telling me, because we all really don't completely know. And it's that thing that makes up all of us and everything. It is consciousness, it is awareness, it is that God that we all speak of just in some type of way, because nobody really knows what water is. We just know what it is through our five senses and what our mind logically makes of us. But that's the experience of it, but we don't really know what it is. What is water? What is air? All I know is when I stop breathing in and out, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose consciousness and I'm gonna pass away, and my awareness gonna go somewhere else. So make it make sense, guys. We gotta start asking these questions, and we gotta start not being afraid to challenge and think outside of the box. That's why I could never get too deep into religion, because these are legit questions. It's not like, oh, I'm high questions. They are kind of high questions, but they're actual questions, and it's okay to be like, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know what the fuck water is either. I just know water is water. That's it. I know how to utilize it. I know the experience. I'm aware there's water here. I am aware of my experience. Thank you for the compliment. That's so sweet. Somebody named Hinatan wants to ask me something. Yes, you can ask me something. But yeah, so it's very, very interesting. But it's okay to be like, I don't know. People in religion, I think a lot of people in religion, they don't realize the fact that they're literally so egotistical and prideful, which is the exact thing that they are kind of speaking against, and they don't even realize it. If you're too egotistical or prideful to admit that you don't know all of the answers, and you don't know certain things, or maybe even certain answers, the answer to every single question is probably not in the Bible, then you're too prideful. Sorry, somebody's calling me and I'm online. But yeah, you're too prideful and egotistical, because it's gonna hurt how you see things. It's gonna hurt your view. Sorry guys, that was my mom. She called me. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, if you're too egotistical to admit that you don't know the answer to certain questions, or to admit that, thank you guys for the compliments, thank you. Yeah, if you can't admit that, you know, because it hurts your perspective. Like, for example, and this is why I don't listen to people, because all people want is the dopamine release of feeling right and superior, and like, oh, I'm going to heaven type shit, and you not going. you going to hell. And that's literally what they're saying without saying it, right? So they just want that dopamine release of telling you that you're wrong and proving that they're right. Like, literally, I had a conversation with a Christian one time, and they would like send me videos and podcasts on their point, and when I sent some on my point, they would be like, oh, I can't listen to that goes against my beliefs, you know, or yeah, no, I'm not listening to that because I'm right and you're wrong. You don't even realize that, like, they don't even realize that they literally are the people who are in a way ruining their own reputation for Christians in a way because of how they act. You're clearly showing signs of pride and ego and of being like, you know, I know everything. And you know, that type of stuff. Why are you driving a car when you are 12? Girl, I'm 20 years old. I'm a mother and I'm a yoga and meditation coach. Click the link in my bio, guys, because Money Come to Me workshop is coming up March 28th, 2025. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here, and I think I'm gonna go live somewhere else, because I want to acknowledge some other points. Thank you guys for coming. Make sure you click the link in my bio. Register for this Money Come to Me workshop. As y'all know, I be manifesting stuff. I be manifesting money. I'm living my best life at the end of the day. Love y'all.